The eagle's wings are strong, not because it avoids the wind, but because it faces the storm and uses it to fly higher. Success isn't about avoiding challenges, it's about embracing them with the strength of an eagle. Success isn't something that happens by chance, it's something you create. And it all starts with the right mindset. The eagle mentality is a way of thinking, a way of approaching life that can completely change how you see challenges, opportunities, and your own potential. In this video, I'm going to share the principles that drive the eagle to soar above its obstacles and achieve greatness. These aren't just ideas you read about in books or hear about from motivational speakers. They are practical, everyday strategies you can use to start moving forward in your life right now. You might be thinking, that sounds great, but how do I actually make that happen for myself? That's exactly what we're going to talk about. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to build resilience, make bold decisions, and cultivate the patience you need to keep going, no matter what. This isn't just about learning something new. It's about taking action, taking responsibility, and changing your life for good. Stay with me because in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. You don't want to miss this. Let's dive into the principles that will change your life. Number 1. Focus on your goals and block out distractions daily. Success begins with clarity. You need to be clear about what you want, why you want it, and what it will take to get there. If your goals are vague, your actions will be weak. If your vision is unclear, your motivation will fade. Most people struggle, not because they lack potential, but because they lack focus. They allow their attention to be scattered in 100 different directions, and as a result, they make little to no progress. You cannot afford to let distractions control your life. Every day, something will try to steal your focus. It might be other people's opinions, it might be entertainment, it might even be your own doubts. But if you do not take control of your attention, you will never achieve the success you are capable of. You must become intentional about what you allow into your mind. The first step to maintaining focus is setting a strong goal. Your goal should not be something you casually think about. It should be something that drives you every single day. It should be so important to you that nothing else matters more. When you have a strong reason behind your goal, distractions lose their power. You will not be tempted to waste time because you will understand that every second matters. The next step is creating a plan. A goal without a plan is just a wish. You need to break your goal down into specific steps. You need to know exactly what you will do each day to move forward. The clearer your plan, the easier it is to stay focused. Most people fail because they do not know what to do next. They wake up with no direction, so they end up wasting time. But when you have a solid plan, you eliminate confusion, and you can put all your energy into execution. Once you have a goal and a plan, you must control your environment. Your surroundings have a direct impact on your focus. If your environment is filled with distractions, you will struggle to stay on track. If you are around negative people, you will lose motivation. If your workspace is chaotic, your mind will be scattered. You need to set up an environment that supports your goals. Remove anything that does not contribute to your success. Create a space where you can work with full concentration. Your habits also play a major role in your ability to focus. If you have habits that drain your energy, you will find it difficult to stay committed. If you start your day with distractions, it will be harder to get back on track. You need to build routines that support your goals. Start your day with something productive. Train your mind to focus early in the morning. The way you begin your day sets the tone for everything that follows. One of the biggest killers of focus is multitasking. Too many people believe they can do everything at once. They try to work while checking their phone. They jump from one task to another without finishing anything. But multitasking is an illusion. It does not make you more productive. It makes you less effective. Your brain works best when it is locked in on one thing at a time. If you truly want to succeed, give your full attention to what matters. Stop jumping between distractions. Train yourself to complete one task before moving to the next. Another important factor is energy management. If you do not take care of your body, your mind will suffer. Lack of sleep, poor nutrition, and low physical activity all contribute to weak focus. When you feel tired, your ability to concentrate drops. When you lack energy, your motivation fades. You must prioritize your health. Get enough sleep. Eat foods that fuel your body. Exercise regularly. A strong body supports a strong mind. Your ability to focus is also influenced by the people around you. If you are surrounded by individuals who have no ambition, you will be pulled down to their level. If you spend time with those who do not take life seriously, you will struggle to stay committed. You need to be around people who challenge you to be better. Choose friends and mentors who inspire you. Spend time with those who are focused on their own goals. Their energy will push you to stay on track. It is also important to eliminate unnecessary commitment. Some people struggle to focus because they are trying to do too much. They say yes to everything. They take on responsibilities that do not serve their goals. As a result, they spread themselves too thin. You need to protect your time. Say no to things that do not align with your priorities. Do not let other people's demands take you away from what matters most. Distractions often come in the form of entertainment. Social media, television, and endless scrolling consume hours of people's lives. Many do not even realize how much time they are wasting. They think a few minutes here and there does not matter, but those minutes add up. Over weeks and months, they lose valuable time that could have been used to build something great. You need to take control of your screen time. Set limits. Be intentional about how you use technology. Use it as a tool, not a distraction. Another key to focus is learning how to manage your emotions. Stress, frustration, and self-doubt can pull you away from your goals. If you are not mentally strong, you will be easily thrown off course. You need to train your mind to stay steady, even when things get difficult. Learn how to handle pressure. Do not let small setbacks derail you. Keep your emotions in check and stay committed to your vision. One of the most powerful ways to stay focused is to constantly remind yourself of why you started. When you feel tempted to give up, think about what is at stake. When distractions try to pull you away, remember your purpose. Write down your goals and read them daily. Keep them in front of you. The more you remind yourself of your mission, the stronger your commitment becomes. It is also important to track your progress. If you do not measure your results, you will not know if you are improving. Set milestones and check your progress regularly. When you see yourself getting closer to your goals, it motivates you to keep going. And if you are not making progress, you will know where to make adjustments. Clarity leads to better decisions. Every day, you must make a choice. You can either stay focused and move closer to success, or you can let distractions control your life. No one can make this choice for you. No one can force you to be disciplined. It is up to you to take control of your focus. Ask yourself, where do you want to be a year from now? 5 years from now? If you continue on your current path, will you be proud of your progress? If not, now is the time to make a change. Cut out what is holding you back. Commit to your goals with everything you have. Do not let distractions rob you of your potential. Success is not about luck. It is not about talent. It is about focus. It is about the daily decisions you make. If you can train yourself to stay locked in on your goals, nothing can stop you. You will accomplish things you never thought possible. You will look back and realize that focus was the key to everything you achieved. Now is the time to step up. Now is the time to take control. Focus on your goals with full intensity. Block out distractions with absolute commitment. Make every single day count, because the life you want is not going to build itself. You must build it. Number 2, believe in your vision. No matter how difficult it seems, Belief is the foundation of success. If you do not believe in your vision, no one else will. If you are uncertain, you will hesitate. If you doubt yourself, you will struggle to take action. Every great achievement starts with an individual who refuses to give up on their vision, no matter how difficult it seems. Most people fail not because they lack talent or intelligence, but because they allow doubt to take over. They question their ability. They wonder if they are capable. They listen to the voices of those who say it is impossible. But those who succeed do not let uncertainty control them. They move forward despite the difficulty. They hold on to their vision, even when others cannot see it. You will face resistance. The moment you decide to pursue something meaningful, obstacles will appear. People will doubt you. Some will criticize you. Others will try to convince you to quit. They will tell you it is unrealistic. They will remind you of every reason it will not work. But their opinions do not determine your future. Only you can decide whether to keep going or to give up. Believing in your vision does not mean ignoring reality. It means facing reality with determination. It means seeing the challenges ahead and choosing to push through them. It means accepting that success will not come easily, but committing to the journey anyway. You must understand that doubt is normal. There will be moments when you question yourself. There will be times when progress feels slow. There will be days when you wonder if it is worth it. But doubt only has power if you listen to it. If you choose to move forward despite the doubt, you weaken its control. Many people give up too soon. They start with excitement. But when things get difficult, they stop. They assume difficulty means they are on the wrong path. But struggle does not mean failure. It is part of the process. Every person who has accomplished something great has faced moments of uncertainty. The difference is, they did not allow those moments to define them. If you want to succeed, you must develop mental toughness. You cannot let setbacks break you. You cannot let criticism shake you. You must train yourself to stay focused, even when things do not go as planned. You must remind yourself that obstacles are temporary, but your vision is permanent. One of the most powerful ways to strengthen belief is to surround yourself with people who encourage you. If you spend time with those who constantly doubt and complain, their mindset will affect you. If you listen to those who have given up on their own dreams, you will start to question your own. But when you are around those who think big, who push through challenges, and who never settle for less, you absorb their energy. Their belief strengthens your own. You must also protect your mind from negativity. The world is filled with distractions that can weaken your confidence. If you constantly consume negative information, if you focus on everything that could go wrong, if you allow fear to take over, your belief will suffer. You must control what you feed your mind. Read things that inspire you. Listen to those who have succeeded. Focus on solutions rather than problems. Your vision must be more than just an idea. It must be something you commit to every single day. You cannot believe in something only when it is convenient. You cannot stay motivated only when things are easy. True belief means staying committed even when the odds seem against you. It means reminding yourself why you started. It means refusing to let temporary challenges make you quit. Another way to strengthen belief is by taking action. When you move forward even in small ways, your confidence grows. When you see progress, even if it is slow, your belief increases. But when you hesitate, when you wait for perfect conditions, when you allow fear to stop you, doubt takes over. The more action you take, the stronger your belief becomes. You must also understand that no one will believe in your vision as much as you do. Other people will not see what you see. They will not feel what you feel. They will not understand why you are willing to sacrifice for something they do not believe in. That is why you cannot rely on others for validation. You cannot wait for approval. You must trust yourself even when others do not. Challenges are not signs to stop. They are tests to see how much you want it. Every struggle is an opportunity to prove your commitment. Every difficulty is a chance to strengthen your belief. When things get tough, do not ask if you should quit. Ask yourself how you can push through. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they need to have everything figured out before they start. They believe they must have the perfect plan, the perfect timing, the perfect conditions. But success does not work that way. The most successful people did not wait for perfection. They started with what they had. They adjusted along the way. They trusted that as long as they kept going, they would figure it out. Doubt will try to convince you that you are not ready. Fear will try to tell you that you are not capable. But waiting will not make you more ready. Delaying will not make things easier. You become ready by taking action. You become confident by proving to yourself that you can handle the challenges. You must also develop patience. Success does not happen overnight. The most meaningful achievements take time. Many people give up too soon because they expect instant results. They assume if it does not happen quickly, it will never happen. But great things require persistence. If you believe in your vision, you must be willing to stay committed, even when progress is slow. There will be moments when you feel alone in your journey. You will wonder if anyone understands your struggle. You will question whether all the effort is worth it. But remember, every great success story includes moments of doubt. What separates those who succeed from those who fail is the decision to keep going. Your belief in your vision must be unshakable. It must be strong enough to carry you through the difficult times. It must be powerful enough to silence the doubt. It must be deep enough to keep you moving forward, no matter what happens. Think about what will happen if you give up. Think about the regret you will feel. Think about the opportunities you will miss. Think about the life you could have built, but chose not to, because you let doubt win. Now think about what will happen if you keep going. Think about the pride you will feel when you prove yourself right. Think about the impact you will make. Think about the freedom you will achieve. You have a choice. You can believe in your vision and fight for it, or you can let doubt stop you. You can push through the difficulties, or you can give up like so many others. But if you truly want success, you must choose belief. You must decide right now that no matter how difficult it seems, you will not stop. Because the truth is, success does not come to those who wait for the perfect moment. It comes to those who take action, despite the challenges. It comes to those who refuse to give up. It comes to those who believe in their vision so strongly that nothing can make them quit. So ask yourself, do you believe in your vision enough to fight for it? Do you believe in your future enough to push through the struggles? Do you believe in yourself enough to keep going when everything seems against you? Number 3, take responsibility for your actions and decisions. Always. Taking responsibility for your actions and decisions is the key to personal power. The moment you stop blaming others, the moment you stop making excuses, that is the moment you take control of your life. If you want success, you must own every choice you make. You must accept that where you are right now is a direct result of the decisions you have made up to this point. Many people spend their lives blaming circumstances. They blame their upbringing, their environment, their lack of opportunities. They point fingers at the government, their boss, their family. They find every reason why they are not where they want to be, except for the one reason that actually matters, themselves. But if you want to change your life, you must stop giving away your power. Every time you blame someone else, you are saying that they control your future. Every time you make an excuse, you are admitting that you do not believe in your ability to change your situation. But the truth is, no one is responsible for your life except you. No one else is responsible for your success. No one else is responsible for your failures. Taking responsibility means accepting that everything you do has consequences. If you make a bad decision, you will deal with the result. If you waste time, you will see the impact. If you neglect your health, you will feel the effects. Life does not give you what you want. It gives you what you earn through your choices. Some people avoid responsibility because it is uncomfortable. It is easier to blame something outside of yourself than to admit you made a mistake. It is easier to say the system is unfair than to admit you did not put in the effort. It is easier to complain than to take action. But nothing changes when you avoid responsibility. Your problems remain the same. Your struggles continue. The moment you decide to take full responsibility for your actions and decisions, you take back control. If you are not where you want to be, you stop complaining and start making changes. If you fail, you learn from it instead of making excuses. If things do not go your way, you adjust instead of blaming others. People who succeed in life have one thing in common. They take ownership of everything. They do not waste time feeling sorry for themselves. They do not wait for someone to come and fix their problem. They do not expect life to be easy. They look at every situation and ask, what can I do to make this better? They focus on solutions instead of excuses. If you are struggling in any area of your life, ask yourself, what choices have led me here? Be honest with yourself. If your finances are not where you want them to be, what habits have contributed to that? If your relationships are suffering, how have you played a role in that? If you are not reaching your goals, what actions have you taken or failed to take? Taking responsibility is not about blaming yourself. It is about empowering yourself. When you acknowledge that your actions create your reality, you realize that you have the power to change your future. If you do not like your results, you can make different choices. If you are not happy with your progress, you can take new action. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting for external changes. They wait for the economy to improve. They wait for better circumstances. They wait for the right opportunity. But waiting is just another way of avoiding responsibility. The people who get ahead in life do not wait. They create their own opportunities. They take action no matter what is happening around them. You must train yourself to take ownership in every situation. If something goes wrong, instead of asking, who is to blame? Ask, what could I have done differently? If you fail at something, instead of saying, it was not my fault, ask, what can I learn from this? If things do not go as planned, instead of making excuses, ask, what is the next step I can take? One of the hardest things to do is admit when you are wrong. It takes humility to accept that you made a mistake. It takes courage to acknowledge that you could have done better. But people who take responsibility do not let their ego get in the way. They learn from their mistakes. They improve. They grow. Taking responsibility also means controlling your reactions. You cannot always control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. When faced with challenges, you can either react emotionally and make excuses, or you can stay calm and find a solution. When someone wrongs you, you can either hold on to resentment, or you can take responsibility for your own emotions and move forward. Your life will never improve if you refuse to take ownership. If you do not like your circumstances, change them. If you do not like your results, work harder. If you do not like where you are headed, make different choices. No one else can do this for you. No one else will save you. You must take full responsibility for your actions every single day. People who refuse to take responsibility remain stuck. They keep repeating the same pattern. They complain about the same problems year after year. They never grow because they never hold themselves accountable. But those who take responsibility gain power over their own lives. They develop confidence because they know they are in control. They create their own success instead of waiting for it. Your mindset determines your future. If you see yourself as a victim, you will stay stuck. If you believe you have no control, you will not take action. But if you choose to take responsibility, if you decide that your life is in your hands, you will find a way to succeed. no matter what challenges arise. You must also recognize that responsibility is not something you take only when it is convenient. It is something you practice every day. It is easy to take credit when things go well. But true responsibility means also owning your mistakes. It means admitting when you need to improve. It means holding yourself to a higher standard, even when no one is watching. Many people say they want success, but their actions do not reflect that desire. They say they want financial freedom, but they do not take responsibility for their spending habits. They say they want to be healthy, but they do not take responsibility for their choices. They say they want to reach their goals, but they do not take responsibility for their effort. Success is not about luck. It is not about waiting for the perfect conditions. It is about taking responsibility for your actions and making things happen. It is about accepting that if you want more, you must do more. It is about understanding that you are in control of your future. The question is, are you ready to take full responsibility? Are you ready to stop making excuses? Are you ready to own every decision you make? Are you ready to stop blaming others and start taking control of your life? Number 4, set high standards and never settle for mediocrity. Success belongs to those who refuse to accept anything less than excellence. The moment you decide that mediocrity is not an option, you begin to transform your life. Your standards determine the quality of your future. If you aim low, you will never rise above average. But if you set high standards and demand more from yourself, you will separate yourself from the masses. Too many people settle for less than they are capable of. They stay in jobs they do not enjoy. They tolerate relationships that do not fulfill them. They make excuses instead of pushing themselves to improve. And because they settle, they never experience what is truly possible. They live with regret, knowing they could have done more, been more, achieved more. You must refuse to live that way. If you want an extraordinary life, you must set extraordinary standards. You must decide that you will not be like everyone else. You will not do the minimum. You will not accept average results. You will not lower your expectations to fit in with people who have given up on their own potential. People who achieve greatness do not do so by accident. They demand the best from themselves. They set goals that challenge them. They push themselves beyond their limits. They are not satisfied with being good. They aim to be excellent. And because of that, they rise above the crowd. Mediocrity is easy. It does not require discipline. It does not require effort. It does not require sacrifice. That is why most people accept it. They do what is comfortable. They do what is convenient. They do just enough to get by. But the problem with mediocrity is that it leads to regret. When you settle, you deny yourself the opportunity to see how far you could have gone. You must be willing to demand more from yourself every single day. Your work must reflect high standards. Your health must reflect high standards. Your relationships must reflect high standards. Every part of your life should be built on the expectation that you will not settle for less than you deserve. Some people will tell you that you are being too hard on yourself. They will say that you should be satisfied with what you have. They will try to convince you that aiming high is unnecessary. But those people are speaking from their own limitation. They have accepted mediocrity, and they do not want to be reminded that they could have done more. You must ignore those voices. You must refuse to let the expectations of others determine your path. Your life is yours to build. Your standards are yours to set. And if you want to rise above the crowd, you must be willing to do what others are not willing to do. Setting high standards means refusing to make excuses. It means showing up even when you do not feel like it. It means holding yourself accountable when no one is watching it. It means doing your best in every situation, not just when it is easy. It means refusing to cut corners, even when no one would notice. People who settle for mediocrity often say they have no choice. They say life is unfair. They say success is for the lucky. But in reality, they have chosen comfort over growth. They have chosen the easy path instead of the path that leads to excellence. They have chosen to settle instead of striving for more. You must choose differently. You must decide that your potential is worth the effort. You must be willing to work harder, think bigger, and push yourself further. You must surround yourself with people who challenge you, not people who hold you back. The best athletes do not train like average athletes. They push themselves beyond what others consider reasonable. They practice longer. They train harder. They demand more from themselves. That is why they rise to the top. The same is true in every area of life. If you want to be among the best, you must do what the best do. You must demand excellence from yourself in everything you do. Excellence is not about being better than others. It is about being better than you were yesterday. It is about constantly improving. It is about refusing to accept less than your best effort. When you set high standards, you are not competing with others. You are competing with yourself. Your standards determine your habits. If you expect little from yourself, you will develop weak habits. If you expect more, you will build discipline. High standards force you to be consistent. They force you to push through discomfort. They force you to take responsibility for your progress. Many people wait for motivation to take action, but motivation comes and goes. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward. And discipline is built through high standards. When you decide that you will not allow yourself to be lazy, you take action even when you do not feel like it. When you decide that you will not allow yourself to make excuses, you do what needs to be done regardless of the circumstances. Your life will reflect the standards you set for yourself. If you set low standards, you will live an average life. If you set high standards, you will experience growth, progress, and achievement. The choice is yours. Some people will say that aiming high is too stressful, that expecting more from yourself will only lead to frustration. But the truth is, the pain of discipline is temporary. The pain of regret lasts a lifetime. It is far better to push yourself now than to look back years from now and wonder what could have been. Setting high standards does not mean you will never fail. It does not mean you will always reach your goals on the first try, but it does mean you will never look back with regret. It means you will always know that you gave your best effort. It means you will never have to wonder what could have happened if you had tried harder. You must commit to excellence in every area of your life. In your career, do more than what is expected. In your personal life, demand the best from yourself. In your relationships, refuse to settle for anything less than honesty, respect, and support. In your personal growth, never stop learning, improving, and challenging yourself. The people who achieve the most in life are the ones who expect the most from themselves. They do not wait for permission to be great. They do not lower their standards to fit in. They do not accept mediocrity as an option. They push themselves beyond what is comfortable because they know that is where growth happens. So ask yourself today, what are your standards? Are you expecting enough from yourself? Are you pushing yourself to be better? Or have you been settling for less than you are capable of? If you want to live a life of meaning, if you want to achieve something significant, if you want to reach your full potential, you must raise your standards. You must demand more from yourself every single day. You must refuse to settle, refuse to make excuses, refuse to accept anything less than the best effort you can give. The decision is yours. Choose to raise your standards. Choose to commit to excellence. Choose to never settle for mediocrity. And watch how your life transforms. Number 5, seek opportunities in adversity and learn from setbacks. Adversity is something everyone faces. It is not reserved for a select few. It does not care about your background, your dreams, or your efforts. It will show up in your life, often when you least expect it. But here is what separates successful people from those who remain stuck: how they respond. Some people allow setbacks to break them, while others use them as stepping stones. Some complain about their problems, while others look for opportunities hidden within them. Your mindset determines everything. If you see adversity as a curse, It will drain your energy, make you feel hopeless, and push you toward giving up. But if you train yourself to see adversity as an opportunity, it will shape you into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable. Every setback you face holds a lesson. Every challenge carries a chance for growth. But you must be willing to look for it. When most people experience failure, they focus on what they lost. They think about the time wasted, the pain endured, and the doors that closed. But successful people shift their focus. Instead of dwelling on loss, they search for what can be gained. They analyze what went wrong, identify what can be improved, and adjust their approach. They do not waste energy feeling sorry for themselves, because they understand that self-pity does not change anything. Action does. One of the greatest skills you can develop is the ability to stay calm and think strategically when things do not go as planned. Instead of reacting emotionally, train yourself to ask better questions. Instead of saying, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of saying, "This is unfair," ask, "How can I grow from this?" The questions you ask will shape your perspective, and your perspective will shape your future. People who succeed are not immune to failure. They do not have an easier path. They do not avoid hardship. What sets them apart is their response. They refuse to let obstacles define them. They refuse to let mistakes stop them. They refuse to let fear control them. And because of that, they continue moving forward while others stay stuck. There will be times when things do not go as planned. You will make mistakes. You will face rejection. You will win moments of doubt, but none of those things have the power to stop you, unless you let them. The only way adversity can defeat you is if you choose to give up. If you choose to see it as a dead end instead of a lesson. Most people avoid discomfort. They want growth without struggle, success without sacrifice, rewards without effort. But that is not how life works. Growth happens when you are tested. Strength is built through resistance. Wisdom is gained through experience. If you avoid challenges, you also avoid the very things that will make you better. Every struggle you face gives you two choices: break or build. You can break under pressure, or you can let it build you into someone stronger. You can let setbacks define you, or you can use them to sharpen your skills. The choice is always yours. Think about the people who inspire you. They did not become strong because life was easy for them. They became strong because they endured challenges and learned from them. They were knocked down, but they got back up. They failed, but they tried again. They faced obstacles, but they refused to quit. That is why they succeeded. If you want to be among them, you must adopt the same mentality. You must train yourself to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You must refuse to let difficulties make you bitter. You must use every failure as fuel to move forward. Setbacks are not signs that you should quit. They are reminders that you have more to learn. They reveal weaknesses so you can strengthen them. They expose flaws so you can fix them. They test your commitment so you can prove it. Instead of fearing them, welcome them as part of your journey. When you face adversity, take a step back and evaluate the situation. Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? Maybe you need to be more disciplined. Maybe you need to improve your strategy. Maybe you need to be more patient. Whatever the lesson is, embrace it and move forward with a new understanding. You will not always have control over what happens to you, but you always have control over how you respond. You can complain, or you can take responsibility. You can give up, or you can push forward. You can focus on the problem, or you can focus on the solution. Your choice will determine your future. The world does not reward excuses. It rewards those who take action, despite difficulty. It rewards those who stay committed when things get tough. It rewards those who see opportunity where others see failure. That is why your mindset matters. You must develop a habit of looking for the good in every situation. Even when things seem hopeless, Train yourself to find something valuable in the experience. Maybe you learned who your real friends are. Maybe you discovered a weakness that needed to be addressed. Maybe you gained a level of resilience you never had before. Whatever it is, acknowledge it and use it to grow. You must also surround yourself with people who think the same way. People who encourage you to keep going when things get hard. People who remind you of your strength when you forget. People who challenge you to rise instead of making excuses. The people you spend time with will either lift you up or pull you down. Choose wisely. Most people look at failure as an ending, but successful people look at it as a beginning, a chance to try again, but this time with more knowledge, a chance to improve their approach, a chance to grow into someone even better. They understand that failure is not final unless you stop trying. The key to overcoming adversity is to keep moving forward. No matter how many times you fall, get back up. No matter how difficult it seems, take another step. No matter how discouraged you feel, remind yourself why you started. Progress is built one decision at a time, and the decision to keep going is always in your hands. Think about the people who never took risks because they were afraid of failure. Think about the people who never pursued their dreams because they feared rejection. Think about the people who let adversity convince them they were not capable. Do you want to live that way? Or do you want to be the person who rises above? Your future is shaped by the mindset you choose today. Choose to see setbacks as stepping stones. Choose to seek opportunities in adversity. Choose to believe that no challenge is greater than your ability to overcome it. If you adopt this mentality, nothing can stop you. You will no longer fear failure because you know it is part of the process. You will no longer see obstacles as barriers because you will find a way through them. You will no longer be controlled by doubt because you will understand that every challenge is an opportunity in disguise. So make the decision today. Decide that no matter what happens, you will not let adversity defeat you. You will use every setback as a chance to improve. You will face every challenge with a mindset of growth. You will keep pushing forward, no matter how difficult it gets, because in the end, the only thing that separates those who succeed from those who do not is the choice to keep going. The choice to rise instead of retreat. The choice to learn instead of complain. The choice to see opportunity where others see failure. Number 6, trust your instincts and make bold decisions confidently. Trust is the foundation of every strong decision, but not just trust in other people. Trust in yourself. Trust in your instincts. Trust in your ability to figure things out. Trust that no matter what happens, you will find a way to succeed. Too many people second guess themselves. They hesitate. They wait for the perfect moment. They ask for endless opinions. And in doing so, they let opportunities slip away. You cannot afford to live that way. If you want to succeed, you must train yourself to trust your instincts and make bold decisions with confidence. This is not about being reckless. This is not about making decisions without thinking. It is about believing in your ability to assess a situation, weigh your options, and take action without fear holding you back. Most people hesitate because they fear making the wrong choice. They are afraid of failure. They worry about what others will think. But indecision is more dangerous than making a wrong choice. When you hesitate, you lose momentum. When you overthink, you allow doubt to creep in. When you wait too long, the opportunity is gone. And that is why you must train yourself to act. Confidence does not come from knowing everything in advance. It comes from trusting that you will handle whatever happens next. It comes from understanding that every choice you make, right or wrong, is a step forward. Some decisions will lead to success, and others will lead to lessons, but both are necessary for growth. The most successful people in the world do not wait for guarantees. They do not sit around hoping for the perfect conditions. They understand that nothing is certain, but they trust themselves enough to take action anyway. They trust that if they make a mistake, they will learn. They trust that if things go wrong, they will adapt. And because of that, they move faster, they accomplish more, and they get ahead, while others are still thinking about what to do. Now, trusting your instincts does not mean ignoring logic. It does not mean making decisions based on impulse. It means recognizing the knowledge and experience you already have. It means listening to that inner voice that tells you what feels right. It means being aware of your emotions, but not being controlled by them. There will be times when logic and instincts align, when the facts support the feeling you have. Those are the easiest decisions to make. But there will also be times when logic says one thing, and your instincts say another. And in those moments, you must be willing to trust yourself enough to choose. Think about the times in your life when you knew deep down what to do, but you ignored that feeling. Maybe you listened to others instead of listening to yourself. Maybe you hesitated and let the moment pass. Maybe you convinced yourself that you needed more time, more certainty, more reassurance, and later, you regretted it. That is what happens when you do not trust yourself. You give away your power. You allow doubt to control you. You let other people make decisions for your life. But no one knows your path better than you. No one else is responsible for your success. And that is why you must develop the confidence to trust your own judgment. Every time you doubt yourself, you weaken your ability to make strong decisions. Every time you let fear stop you, you reinforce hesitation. But the opposite is also true. Every time you make a bold decision, you strengthen your confidence. Every time you trust your instincts and take action, you train yourself to move forward without fear. Making bold decisions does not mean you will always be right, but it does mean you will always be in control of your life. It means you will not be someone who waits for things to happen. You will be someone who makes things happen. And that is the difference between people who succeed and people who stay stuck. If you want to develop this ability, you must start practicing now. Do not wait until a big decision is in front of you. Train yourself every day. Start with small decisions. Make choices without overthinking. Take action without waiting for approval. Trust that you will figure things out along the way. When you make a decision, own it. Do not second guess yourself. Do not waste energy wondering if you made the right choice. Make the best decision you can with the information you have, and move forward with confidence. If you need to adjust later, you will. But do not let hesitation hold you back. People who struggle with confidence often rely too much on others. They seek validation before making a move. They wait for permission. They ask for endless advice. But at some point, you must stop looking outward and start looking inward. You must develop the ability to stand on your own judgment. There is a reason why people say successful individuals have a strong presence. It is not because they know everything. It is because they trust themselves. They walk into a room with certainty. They make decisions without fear. They do not waste time doubting. And because of that, people respect them. You have to ask yourself, do you want to be someone who is always unsure, always waiting, always hesitating? Or do you want to be someone who moves with confidence, makes things happen, and creates their own path? That choice is up to you. The more you trust your instincts, the stronger they become. The more decisions you make with confidence, the easier it gets. The more bold actions you take, the faster you grow. It is a cycle, and it starts the moment you choose to believe in yourself. If you struggle with this, start paying attention to your internal dialogue. What do you tell yourself when you are about to make a decision? Do you doubt yourself? Do you talk yourself out of taking action? Do you assume you will fail? If so, you need to change that. You need to start replacing doubt with belief. Tell yourself that you are capable. Tell yourself that you will succeed. Tell yourself that no matter what happens, you will learn and grow. Words have power, and the way you speak to yourself shapes your confidence. There will be times when trusting yourself feels uncomfortable. That is normal. Growth always feels uncomfortable at first. But the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. And remember this, you cannot move forward if you are constantly looking back. Once you make a decision, commit to it. Do not waste time wondering if you should have done something differently. Focus on what is ahead. The world belongs to those who take action. The best opportunities go to those who are willing to make bold moves. The people who succeed are not the ones who always know exactly what to do. They are the ones who trust themselves enough to figure it out along the way. So, if you have been waiting for a sign, this is it. Stop hesitating. Stop doubting yourself. Stop letting fear dictate your choices. Trust your instincts. Make bold decisions, and take control of your future. Number 7. Strengthen your mind to overcome doubts and fears. Doubt and fear, two of the greatest obstacles standing between you and your potential. These are the forces that hold people back. They whisper in your mind, telling you that you are not good enough, that you will fail, that you do not have what it takes. And if you listen to them, if you let them control you, they will keep you stuck in the same place for the rest of your life. But here is the truth. Doubt and fear are not real obstacles. They do not physically stop you from moving forward. They exist only in your mind. And that means you have the power to remove them. You have the ability to strengthen your mind, to build a level of confidence so strong that doubt and fear lose their power over you. Most people do not realize this. They think fear is something they must avoid. They think doubt is a sign that they are not ready. So they wait. They hope that one day, the fear will disappear. They tell themselves that when they feel confident, they will take action. But that day never comes, because confidence does not come before action. It comes from taking action. You cannot wait for fear to go away. You must learn how to move forward even when fear is present. You must train your mind to be stronger than the doubts that try to hold you back. And the only way to do that is by facing them head on. Think about this. When a child learns to walk, do they wait until they feel ready? No, and they stand up, they try, they fall, and they try again. They do not let fear stop them because they do not even know what fear is. They keep moving until walking becomes natural. That is the same process you must follow. If you want to overcome fear, you must face it. If you want to eliminate doubt, you must act despite it. There is no other way. The more you do what scares you, the less power it has over you. The more you challenge your doubts, the weaker they become. The strongest minds are not the ones that never experience fear. They are the ones that have learned to push through it. They understand that fear is just a feeling, and feelings do not have to control your actions. They recognize that doubt is just a thought, and thoughts can be changed. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you are training your mind. Every time you take action in the face of fear, you are building strength. Every time you push past doubt, you are proving to yourself that you are capable. And over time, this becomes your new normal. You may wonder, how do you start? How do you strengthen your mind when fear and doubt seem so overwhelming? The first step is awareness. Pay attention to the thoughts that hold you back. What do you tell yourself when you are about to take a risk? What excuses do you make? What fears come up? Once you identify them, you can start challenging them. When you hear that voice in your head saying, "What if I fail?" Ask yourself, "What if I succeed?" When doubt tells you, "I am not ready," remind yourself that no one ever feels completely ready. When fear says, "This is too hard," tell yourself, "I am capable of handling hard things." Your words matter. The way you talk to yourself shapes your reality. If you constantly feed your mind with negativity, with fear, with self-doubt, you will stay stuck. But if you start replacing those thoughts with powerful, confident, and positive ones, you will begin to change how you see yourself. There is a reason why people who succeed all seem to have unshakable confidence. It is not because they were born with it. It is because they trained themselves to think that way. They built their mental strength over time, just like a muscle. And you can do the same. One of the biggest mistakes people make is letting fear stop them before they even start. They assume that because they feel scared, they should not move forward. But fear does not mean stop. Fear means go. Fear means there is something important ahead, something worth pursuing. Doubt works the same way. People think that if they are not 100% sure of themselves, they should wait. But doubt does not mean you are not capable. Doubt just means you are stepping into the unknown. And the unknown is where growth happens. So what does it mean to strengthen your mind? It means training yourself to take action, even when you are uncertain. It means teaching yourself that fear is not a stop sign. It is a challenge to overcome. It means developing the mindset that no matter what happens, you will figure it out. Strong-minded people do not have fewer problems. They do not have an easier path. What they have is the ability to keep moving forward despite the challenges. They do not let setbacks define them. They do not allow doubt to control them. They do not wait for fear to disappear before they take action. And the good news is, you can develop the same mindset. You can rewire your brain to think differently. You can train yourself to respond to fear with courage. You can program your mind to see obstacles as opportunities, but it takes practice. It takes effort. It takes a commitment to stop letting fear and doubt control your life. Start with something small. Do one thing every day that makes you uncomfortable. Speak up in a meeting. Start that project you have been putting off. Try something new. The goal is not to be fearless. The goal is to take action, despite fear. Because the more you do this, the more fearless you become. Over time, fear will stop feeling like a threat. Doubt will stop feeling like a limitation. You will develop the ability to take action quickly, without hesitation. You will no longer be controlled by emotions that are trying to keep you small. And once you reach that point, there is nothing you cannot do. Think about all the opportunities you have missed because of fear. Think about the chances you did not take because of doubt. Do you want to keep living that way? Or do you want to start making decisions based on strength, not fear? The choice is yours. You have everything you need to succeed. You have the intelligence, the ability, and the potential. The only thing stopping you is the belief that you are not ready. And that belief is a lie. You are ready. You are capable. You just have to prove it to yourself by taking action. So from this moment on, commit to strengthening your mind. Make the decision that fear and doubt will no longer control you. Start stepping into the unknown with confidence. Start proving to yourself that you are stronger than your fear. Number 8, develop resilience by pushing through life's toughest moments. Life will test you. It will throw obstacles in your path, push you to your limits, and challenge everything you believe about yourself. There will be moments when you feel like you have nothing left to give, times when everything seems to be falling apart. Days when you question whether you can keep going. But those moments are the ones that define you. They are the moments that separate those who succeed from those who give up. Because resilience is not about avoiding hardship. It is about learning how to push through it. It is about developing the mental and emotional strength to keep moving forward, no matter how difficult life gets. Most people break when life gets tough. They let adversity defeat them. They look at challenges as reasons to stop, rather than as opportunities to grow. And because of this, they never reach their full potential. They never become who they were meant to be. But if you want to succeed, if you want to achieve great things, you cannot afford to think this way. You must train yourself to see adversity differently. You must learn to face challenges head on and push through when everything in you wants to quit. Because here is the truth. There is no easy path. There is no road without struggle. Every person who has achieved success has faced hardship. They have failed. They have been rejected. They have lost things they cared about. But they kept going. They did not let failure stop them. They did not let pain define them. They refused to quit when things got hard. And that is why they won. Resilience is the ability to get back up when life knocks you down. It is the ability to take a hit and keep moving forward. It is the ability to keep fighting even when everything seems stacked against you. And the only way to develop this ability is by pushing through the toughest moments of your life. You cannot build resilience by avoiding pain. You cannot become strong by running from difficulty. The only way to grow is to go through it, to face the struggle, to embrace the discomfort, to endure the hardships, and to come out stronger on the other side. The problem is, most people do not want to do this. They want things to be easy. They want success without struggle. They want the rewards without the work. But that is not how life works. Strength is built in adversity. Resilience is forged in hardship. Think about the strongest people you know. The people who seem unshakable. The people who do not back down, no matter what life throws at them. Do you think they got that way by living an easy life? No. They became that way because they went through things that could have broken them, but they refused to let it. They learned to push through, and you must do the same. You may wonder, how do you develop resilience? How do you build the strength to keep going when everything inside you wants to quit? First, you must make a decision that no matter what happens, no matter how hard it gets, you will not give up. You must decide that quitting is not an option, that no matter how much pain you experience, you will find a way to move forward. Because that is where resilience starts. It starts with a decision, a commitment to yourself that you will keep going, even when it feels impossible. Next, you must stop running from hardship. Stop avoiding discomfort. Stop looking for the easy way out. Because every time you choose comfort over challenge, you weaken yourself. Every time you back down from adversity, you make it harder to push through the next time. Instead, start looking at adversity as a test of your strength, a test of your willpower, a test of your ability to endure. And when that test comes, instead of running from it, step into it. Face it head on. Every time you do this, you grow stronger. Every time you push through something difficult, you build resilience. And over time, you become someone who cannot be broken. Another way to build resilience is to control your focus. When life gets tough, most people focus on the pain. They focus on how hard it is. They focus on everything that is going wrong. But this only makes things worse. Instead, train yourself to focus on the solution. Focus on what you can do. Focus on the next step. Because no matter how difficult a situation is, there is always something you can do to move forward. There is always an action you can take, and that is what resilience is. It is about taking action. No matter how hard things get, it is about refusing to stay stuck. It is about finding a way to keep going, even when it feels like you have nothing left. You also need to stop making excuses. When things get hard, people love to make excuses. They tell themselves they are too tired, too busy, too stressed. They convince themselves they have no choice but to quit. But excuses are just lies we tell ourselves to avoid discomfort. And if you buy into them, they will keep you weak. They will keep you stuck. They will rob you of your potential. So instead of making excuses, take responsibility. Own your situation. Accept that life is hard. Accept that struggle is part of the process. And then do what needs to be done anyway. Because that is what separates winners from losers. Winners push through, no matter what. Losers make excuses. Winners take action, even when they do not feel like it. Losers wait for things to get easier. Winners keep going, even when everything in them wants to quit, and that is why winners win. So, if you want to succeed, you must develop resilience. You must become the kind of person who does not break under pressure. The kind of person who does not quit when things get hard. The kind of person who can take hit after hit and still keep moving forward. Because that is the mindset of someone who wins. Life will test you. It will challenge you. It will push you to your limits. But if you refuse to give up, if you push through the hardest moments, you will come out stronger. You will develop the kind of mental toughness that nothing can break. Number 9. Protect your energy and invest in your future self. Your energy is one of the most precious resources you have. It is the fuel that powers every thought, every action, and every decision you make. And if you want to achieve great things, you must learn to protect your energy and invest in your future self. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. People, tasks, responsibilities, and even your own habits can drain you of the energy you need to move forward. And if you allow this to happen, you'll find yourself stuck, exhausted, and unable to reach your full potential. But when you learn to protect your energy, you take control of your life. You start to direct your focus on the things that matter. You learn how to reserve your energy for the things that align with your goals. Let me make this clear. Everything in your life is a choice. You decide where to spend your energy. You decide who to give your attention to. You decide how to spend your time. And if you are not intentional about how you use your energy, it will get wasted. Your energy will be depleted on things that don't serve you, on people who drain you, on distractions that pull you off course. So how do you protect your energy? First, you must be aware of what is draining you. Take a moment to evaluate your life. Look at the people you spend time with. Are they lifting you up or pulling you down? Are they supporting your growth or are they keeping you stuck? Are you spending time on activities that align with your goals or are you wasting time on things that don't matter? You need to be brutally honest with yourself. If something or someone is draining you and taking you away from your goals, it's time to make a change. You must learn to say no to the things that don't serve you. You must learn to create boundaries and protect your peace. Protecting your energy doesn't mean being selfish or isolated. It means being intentional about what you allow into your life. It means choosing the people, places, and activities that contribute positively to your journey. If something doesn't serve you or push you forward, it doesn't deserve your attention. Next, you must learn to invest in your future self. The choices you make today will determine the person you become tomorrow. Every decision you make either takes you closer to your goals or moves you further away from them. And this includes how you spend your energy. When you protect your energy, you're not just guarding it against the present moment. You're making sure that your future self is set up for success. When you prioritize what matters now, when you say no to distractions, when you choose to focus on what truly moves the needle, you are investing in the person you are becoming. Think about it. If you want to be successful, you need to have the right habits, the right mindset, and the right environment. You need to surround yourself with people who support you and push you to be better. You need to focus on things that add value to your life. And you need to make choices today that will pay off in the future. Investing in your future self requires discipline. It requires self-awareness. It requires the ability to delay gratification. It requires the willingness to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term gain. And it requires the strength to protect your energy when distractions come your way. Your future self will thank you for the choices you make today. The habits you build, the people you surround yourself with, the energy you protect, these things will compound over time. And when you look back, you'll see that you made the right decisions. But this isn't just about protecting your energy in the big moments. It's about the small choices you make every day. Every time you decide to focus on your goals rather than get distracted by something else, you are investing in your future self. Every time you choose to say no to something that doesn't align with your vision, you are protecting your energy. When you protect your energy, you create space for growth. You create space for creativity, for clarity, for focus, and for action. You stop wasting time on things that don't matter and start putting your energy into the things that will take you where you want to go. But let me be clear, protecting your energy is not about avoiding hard work. It's not about taking the easy road. It's not about choosing comfort over growth. Protecting your energy is about being smart with your choices. It's about learning where to focus your energy so that you can give your best effort where it counts the most. Now, protecting your energy is also about being mindful of your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Your energy doesn't just come from your time, it comes from how well you take care of yourself. If you're constantly exhausted, stressed out, or mentally drained, it's going to be hard to focus on what matters. That's why it's so important to take care of your body, your mind, and your spirit. You need to eat right. You need to get enough sleep. You need to exercise. You need to take breaks. You need to engage in activities that recharge you. When you take care of yourself, you give yourself the energy you need to go after your goals. You build the strength to handle adversity. You build the mental clarity to make better decisions. And you build the resilience to keep going when things get tough. Your energy is precious. It is limited. And if you don't protect it, you will find yourself burned out, stuck, and unable to move forward. But when you learn to protect it and invest it wisely, you set yourself up for success. Start by choosing who you spend your time with. Choose the people who lift you up and support your growth. Choose to spend time with those who challenge you, inspire you, and push you to be better. Cut out the negative influences. Cut out the toxic relationships. Cut out the people who drain you and keep you from being the best version of yourself. Next, look at how you're spending your time. Are you wasting it on things that don't matter? Are you scrolling through social media or watching TV instead of working on your goals? Are you engaging in habits that take away from your energy? You need to be intentional with how you spend your time. Every minute counts. Every action you take either gets you closer to your goals or pushes you further away. Be mindful of how you invest your time and energy. Finally, take care of your health. Your energy is directly tied to how well you feel. If you're not taking care of your body, it's going to be hard to stay energized and focused. Get enough sleep. Eat nutritious food. Exercise regularly. Take care of your mental and emotional health. You are responsible for how you feel. You are responsible for how you invest your energy. And if you want to achieve greatness, you must protect your energy and invest it wisely. Protecting your energy and investing in your future self is not a one-time decision. It is a daily commitment. It is something you must choose over and over again. With the more you do it, the easier it becomes. The more you protect your energy, the more it becomes a habit. And as you continue to invest in your future self, you will see the rewards in every area of your life. Number 10. Cultivate patience and understand success. It takes time. Success is not something that happens overnight. Too many people get caught up in the instant gratification mindset, thinking that if they don't see results right away, they're not making progress. But the reality is that success takes time. It's a journey, not a sprint. It's about cultivating patience and understanding that the path to success is a process, and that every small step you take, every piece of effort you put in, adds up over time. When you plant a seed in the ground, you don't expect it to grow into a tree in a day or a week. It takes time. It requires the right conditions, consistent care, and the willingness to wait. Success is the same. It takes time to grow. It takes effort, consistency, and resilience to move through the challenges that come with pursuing your dreams. There will be moments when things aren't moving as quickly as you'd like. There will be times when the results are not showing up, and it may feel like nothing is happening. But you must trust in the process. Trust that the work you're putting in now will eventually pay off, even if you can't see the outcome right away. Patience is not about sitting back and waiting for things to fall into place. It's about persistence. It's about continuing to take action, even when you can't see the immediate results. It's about doing the work consistently, with the understanding that every day you are getting closer to your goal, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. Every decision you make, every effort you put in, no matter how small, is laying the foundation for success. One of the biggest obstacles to cultivating patience is the expectation of immediate results. We live in a world of instant gratification, where we can get what we want almost instantly. You can order something online and have it delivered in hours, watch a movie on demand, or send a message and get an immediate response. This culture has conditioned us to expect that everything should happen right now. And when it doesn't, we can get frustrated or discouraged. But success doesn't work that way. It's a long-term game. It's about setting a vision and having the patience to work toward it every single day. It's about understanding that progress is often incremental. The results you see today are the result of the work you put in weeks, months, or even years ago. And just like a plant needs time to grow, so do your dreams. The key to cultivating patience is learning to stay focused on the bigger picture. It's about keeping your eyes on your long-term goals, even when things don't seem to be moving as fast as you'd like. You have to remind yourself that success isn't an event. It's a process. And that process takes time. To cultivate patience, you need to build discipline into your daily routine. You need to make the commitment to show up every day, no matter how challenging it may be. Some days, you will feel discouraged. Some days, it will feel like you're not making any progress. But that's the time when your commitment to the process matters the most. You need to keep moving forward, even when the results aren't immediate. Think about some of the greatest success stories. The people who achieved remarkable things didn't do so because they were lucky or because things happened instantly. They did so because they put in the work consistently over time. They trusted the process, even when they faced setbacks. They understood that success doesn't come quickly, and they had the patience to continue on the path, knowing that every step, no matter how small, was bringing them closer to their vision. Another aspect of cultivating patience is learning to embrace the challenges and setbacks that come with the journey. Too often, people see failure as something to avoid, but it's an essential part of the process. Failure isn't something that should discourage you. It's something that should teach you. Every failure, every setback, and every mistake is an opportunity to learn, grow, and adjust. Success isn't just about the victories. It's about how you handle the setbacks and use them to fuel your next move. When you understand that setbacks are part of the journey, you begin to see them differently. Instead of getting discouraged when things go wrong, you can use them as lessons that teach you how to do better the next time. This mindset shift allows you to have more patience with yourself and with the process, because you understand that the road to success is rarely a straight line. There will be bumps along the way, but those bumps are part of the process. They shape you, they teach you, and they make you stronger. It's also important to recognize that you're not in competition with anyone else. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to look at other people's success and feel like you're falling behind. But success is not a race. It's a personal journey, and everyone's path is different. The timing of your success is unique to you. Just because someone else's dreams are coming to fruition faster doesn't mean you're not on the right track. Everyone moves at their own pace. And the most important thing is that you keep moving forward, regardless of how quickly you're moving compared to others. There is also a difference between being patient and being passive. Patience is not about sitting back and waiting for things to happen. It's about continuing to put in the effort and trusting that, over time, your efforts will yield results. It's about consistency, persistence, and hard work. It's about keeping the faith, even when things aren't going the way you want them to. Patience is the belief that what you're doing is worthwhile. And even if you don't see results immediately, you're still moving closer to your goal. Patience also involves the ability to stay positive in the face of uncertainty. There will be times when you feel like you're in the dark, not knowing if what you're doing will pay off. But you have to believe in your vision, trust in your abilities, and stay committed to your path. Trusting the process doesn't mean that everything will go perfectly, but it means that you have the confidence to keep going, even when the outcome is uncertain. One of the most powerful things you can do to cultivate patience is to celebrate the small wins along the way. Too often, people focus solely on the end result and overlook the progress they've made. But every step you take toward your goal is a win. Every day that you show up and do the work is a win. Every small milestone you reach brings you closer to your destination. Celebrating these small wins will help you stay motivated and remind you that progress is happening, even if it's slower than you'd like. Success is a journey. It is not a quick or easy destination. It takes time, it takes effort, and it requires patience. But when you understand that success is a process, you can stay committed to your vision, knowing that with each day, each step, and each effort, you are getting closer to the life you want to create. The key is to trust the process, embrace the challenges, and continue moving forward with patience and perseverance. Keep your eyes on your long-term goals, believe in the value of the work you're doing, and understand that your time will come. Your success is waiting for you, and it's closer than you think.